Now, first thing is, you have a lot of interest from fans of BJJ and MMA. Some of it's good, some of it's bad. Does that ever get a little overwhelming at times?
No, I mean, it gets like kind of a little bit not annoying, but just kind of pushes me away a little bit from being like, oh, the fans and trying like not to treat them bad or anything, but it makes me kind of like want to push away a little bit, like kind of pull back and just focus like more on my family and on me and be a little bit more. Before I think I was so much more like talking to everyone, and I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't know, like one day people are gonna say nice things, and the next day they're gonna say mean things. So just made it kind of makes giving me a little bit different experience, but not like overwhelming or anything like that.
All right. Well, 4 months after having a baby, you're making your return at UFC Tampa. It's a very inspiring story. What has been the online support, for you been like?
It's been good. I think right away people kind of saw that I was like serious and I was wanting to get back. But I think as soon as we announced the fight, then that's when people started like, man, okay, she's taking it like really serious. And like I was kind of posting a little bit, just like my body and how it's changing postpartum, and I think people like really liking it and seeing like, oh, it's possible, it like 4 months is really fast, so, but I feel great. And I think people see that, like I was confident and I think I look like a more mature woman, just as a fighter, as athlete and as a mom and everything. So people have been supporting it. And from what I see people saying like, man, like so inspiring, and like, man, I hope you win and good support. So I'm happy with that.
Getting back into training after having a baby, what were some of the difficulties you experienced, once you started to roll around and hit pads and things like that?
I mean, for me, like it wasn't too much different than like when I had my ACL surgeries and things like that, like, any like big surgery and stuff. But I mean, honestly, like the biggest thing was just like the schedule wise. Trying to find a schedule that fits, with my coaches and doing the training and being able to, be with my daughter and feed her and take care of her and everything. So I think just like finding time. So thankfully, like my husband, he was able to help me so much. And but and like the typical being like slow. I felt as soon as I came back, I just felt slow with everything. Like my thinking wasn't too fast. With like combinations and just my reaction time was slow. But I've been through like surgeries and stuff like that, so I knew it would come back fast. I've been an athlete my whole life, so I knew like my jiu would come back to me pretty quick and just the movements and everything. So that part, but like the weight cut and everything was all been doing so good. So it's been a pretty smooth camp. I just miss my daughter, so I go to training, I want to leave the training and go back home fast to see her.
Definitely. I saw that you were talking about your training camp, and your training camp is based around you and your schedule. How beneficial has that been for you in your development?
It's been big, and I'm not saying that like, oh, all teams have drama and all these things, but it was just so important, and it helps a lot to be able to have kind of like Mackenzie Dern team, and just them around me and working to help me get better at my things, So I get like late to training sometimes, and of course it's not like to disrespect or anything like that, but just I'm not used to it, I'm not used to like calculating how much time it takes to get out of the house and all those things. So it really helps a lot. Like I said, I feel like a way better athlete. I think a big part is because of the whole like Mackenzie camp, having like a private camp just for me, basically.
Was there anything that you focused more on in this training camp compared to other training camps in the past?
I did a lot of this fight and a lot of wrestling. Just because like jiu-jitsu was going to be the thing that came back so like faster. So we really just wanted to jump on all the wrestling work and the Muay Thai work. That's not my strength, to being on the cage and the clinch and the things that like me as a jiu-jitsu girl, I don't like to do. So just the Muay Thai.
All right, your upcoming opponent, Amanda Ribas, has she been somebody that has been on your radar in the past?
Like heard of her or anything. I didn't even see her first fight in the UFC until after they confirmed the fight with me and everything. So, but it was I didn't have like too many options coming back into the fight. Like I didn't want like I didn't know if they were gonna try and put me against someone in the ranking top 15 already. So they said she had just won and she was the first girl they offered. So. But I had never heard of her. I know she's like a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but I never saw her like the IBJJF championships or anything like that I competed at. So I wasn't familiar with her or had heard of her or anything like that before.
What did you think of her UFC debut, her performance?
I thought she did really good. I mean, I'm a jiu-jitsu girl, so anytime I see someone, being able to go to the back and submit, that's great. I think that's really good. I think she's a tough girl, so I know it's going to be a tough fight, but I'm excited.
Your father will be in your corner for the first time at UFC Tampa. Will that give you a huge boost of confidence to see him cage side yelling instructions at you?
I don't know. I mean, for sure, like it's going to make me happy. It's going to make me happy knowing like my dad is there in my corner. It's the first time he's in my corner. Like. I feel like this has been a long journey to get him into like being in my corner and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I'm at the same time, I don't know. I think it can be like good and bad. I think it can be like a lot of emotion, involved. When sometimes it's good to have someone like who wants the best for you, but they're not like emotionally involved, because they get so excited and everything. But no one knows my style and knows my game and knows my faces and how I feel more than him. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. I don't think I'll get nervous or anything with him there. I think it'll be like what you said. I think it'll just make me go in that much stronger.
What is your outlook now? Is it one fight at a time, or do you have a plan moving forward?
Oh man, every time I try to do a plan, it always gets like changed somehow, where it comes up with another plan, So, I mean, my goal is, of course, like to be the champion at 115. I would like to get like 2 belts, so, go up to 125 after, but yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't know how soon we'll get. For me, I could get there, in the next like year and a half, but I don't really have a timeline to when to get there. But I mean, overall, my goal, of course, is to be the champion and hopefully get like 2 belts eventually.
All right, thank you, Mackenzie, for the time, and good luck on the fight, and congratulations on having the baby.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.